Arka was a young explorer, but not just any explorer. He came from a long line of adventurers, a family where tales of hidden places and forgotten mysteries were as common as bedtime stories. Ever since he was a child, he'd listened, wide-eyed, to legends passed down through generations, his heart always yearning for an adventure of his own. That longing for the unknown, for the thrill of discovery, was etched into his very soul. One bright, clear morning, that familiar pull became too strong to ignore. It was a longing for true freedom, for a place untouched by the noise and rush of the modern world. Arka packed a simple bag, some water, a compass, and a well-worn map of the known territories. He set his sights on the ancient forest, a vast wilderness that sprawled for miles, a place where few humans had ever dared to venture. With nothing but his insatiable curiosity as his guide, he stepped off the beaten path and into the towering shadows of the trees. The forest was a world unto itself. Arka followed a narrow trail, barely visible, that snaked between ancient trees whose canopies blotted out the sun. He waded through a rocky, fast-flowing river, the icy water a shocking reminder of nature's raw power. He pushed his way through thickets of thorny bushes that snagged at his clothes, and crossed deep misty valleys where the air echoed with the calls of 1,000 unseen birds. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and blooming flowers, a symphony of life playing out all around him. As the sun climbed higher, casting dappled light through the leaves, something unusual caught his eye. It was a faint gleam of blue, a flicker of light hidden behind a curtain of dense, green foliage. His explorer's intuition screamed at him. This was it. This was something different. Carefully, heart pounding with anticipation, Arka cleared a path, pushing aside vines and broad leaves until he stood before a sight that made him gasp. It wasn't a natural cave or a glint of water. It was a corridor, luminous and humming with a soft, otherworldly energy. He hesitated for only a moment before stepping inside. The air grew still, the sounds of the forest fading behind him. At the end of the corridor, an extraordinary sight unfolded, a panorama so stunning it felt like a dream. There, nestled in the very heart of the ancient forest, stood a city, an ancient city, proud and silent. It was a breathtaking paradox of nature and design. Structures of gleaming metal and polished glass rose towards the sky, most of them draped in a thick blanket of untamed vegetation, yet their grandeur was unmistakable. They spoke of a past age of incredible sophistication. Arka walked forward, spellbound. He saw towering spires intricately carved with strange geometric symbols he didn't recognize. The streets, though ancient, were pristine, winding through the city like silver ribbons. And everywhere there were hanging gardens, overflowing with flowers that glowed with a soft, internal light. He knew, with a certainty that settled deep in his bones, that he had to uncover the secrets of this place. Taking a deep breath, Arka took his first step into the mysterious city. He hadn't gone far when he realized he was not alone. The city was inhabited, but by creatures unlike anything he had ever imagined. Birds with feathers of shimmering neon colors flitted through the air. Small animal-shaped robots, their metal shells gleaming, scurried along the pathways, chattering in a language of clicks and whistles. And then there were the beings of pure light, ethereal figures that drifted gently through the air, their forms shifting and swirling like smoke. To his surprise, they were not hostile. A group of the light beings approached him, their presence calming. They introduced themselves, not with words, but with images and feelings projected directly into his mind. They were the guardians, ancient protectors who had watched over this city for untold centuries. Their sacred duty was to ensure its powerful ancient technologies never fell into the wrong hands, never to be used for destruction or greed. They had been waiting, they explained, for someone with a pure heart and a curious mind. Driven by his unquenchable thirst for knowledge, Arka became their student. He learned about their wondrous technologies, marvels that defied everything he knew about science. He saw devices that purified the air, creating an atmosphere so clean it felt like drinking pure energy. He rode in wheel-less vehicles that floated silently above the ground, guided by thought. Most incredibly, he visited their holographic libraries, vast archives of light that held the preserved histories of civilizations stretching back thousands of years. What fascinated Arka most was how seamlessly these ancient advancements coexisted with nature. The city wasn't fighting the forest, it was a part of it. Technology and ecology were woven together in perfect harmony. He also discovered the principles that guided these unique beings: peace, secrecy, and the profound wisdom of learning from the past. They didn't seek to conquer or expand. They sought only to understand and preserve. Arka's days in the city blurred into a whirlwind of adventure and discovery. He explored hidden corridors that led to chambers filled with starlight. He spent hours conversing with an old robot, a venerable historian whose memory banks held the story of the city's origins, of a time when its creators walked these very streets. He swam in crystal-clear lakes that shimmered with bioluminescence under the night sky, feeling more alive than ever before. One day, while exploring a forgotten spire, he stumbled upon a secret chamber. Inside, laid out on a massive stone table, were holographic maps. They didn't just show this city, they showed dozens of other, similar cities scattered across the world, hidden in the deepest jungles, the highest mountains, and beneath the vast oceans. He realized this city was not an anomaly. It was part of a global network of wisdom, a secret legacy hidden from the modern world. The time eventually came for Arka to leave. It was a bittersweet farewell. He had found more than just a lost city. He had found a new perspective on life itself. The Guardians saw him off, their light forms pulsing with warmth and gratitude. The journey had taught him the true meaning of exploration. It wasn't about planting a flag or claiming a discovery. It was about understanding, respecting, and safeguarding the legacy of those who came before. Returning to the outside world was like waking from a vivid dream. The forest seemed different now, not just a wilderness, but a protective cloak for a timeless secret. Arka carried with him stories of impossible wonders and knowledge that could reshape the world. But more importantly, he carried a promise. A solemn vow to the Guardians to protect the secret of the mysterious forest city, to ensure its peace and preservation for the future. And so the tale of the young explorer and the hidden city became more than just another family story. It became a legend, a reminder not only of the wonders that lie hidden in our world, but also of our responsibility to them. It's a story that teaches us to seek a balance between progress and wisdom, between our ambition for the future and our reverence for the past. Thank you so much for joining me on Arka's incredible journey today. If you enjoyed this story of adventure and discovery, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. We have many more mysteries to explore together. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Until then, keep exploring.